Hello, everybody! That was a little loud. Welcome back, guys. Pre-order Power, episode 6. It's good to have you guys here.
You know how long I've been waiting for this?
I'm about to make a name for myself. But it's good to see you guys again. Well, we're not seeing you. You're not even seeing us. You're hearing us. But so how you guys? You guys doing good? How's your guys' morning?
It was it was all right. I had to wake up at like 7:30 because I had to wake up so I could hang out with my homie. We catch up on the new anime from the season.
Nice.
Had to get caught up on that stuff, but
Damn, that's dedication.
doing all right energy wise. Yeah.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, man.
But what about you, Funky?
That's cool. I'm awake.
Hey, that's good.
Yeah, I didn't stay up too late last night just because of this.
That's good.
Yeah.
And then a bit later, we're gonna have another guest joining us. He'll be about halfway through the pod. We'll have another a joining guest.
Yes.
But for now, it's just the three of us.
Maybe he'll be my substitution because
Possibly.
might cut into opening.
That's very true.
Yeah.
We're filming this in a comic book store right before it opens, so we might be filming during its opening time. But it's okay. That's all besides the point, guys. Any books you guys are excited to talk about today?
There's a couple I can point to.
Yeah, because as always, we have the back end of the episode. The majority of the back half is going to be us talking about new books that are coming out. So we just like to maybe mention one or two that we're excited to talk about later. Which anything standing out?
From the list.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you guys can't tell, but judge from my shirt, my Daniel Warren Johnson adorned Do a Powerbomb shirt. I'm very excited to talk about The Moon is Following Us.
Yeah.
Not just issue 1, but issue 2.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be
I'm sure we've all seen the previews, the trailers. I've seen a couple videos where he's talking about it in depth, and I'm very excited. I can't not be excited for any Daniel Warren Johnson. Even just a project he's overseeing, but the fact that he's writing this one, I'm very excited about. Riley Rosmo on art, I'm very excited about as well. Riley's I love his stuff, and I think they're going to be a good matching together, and they're friends too, so it makes it even better.
Exactly.
And congrats to Daniel.
And congrats to Daniel.
2 Eisners.
2 back to back.
And it's not for like the teens.
Yeah, it was.
That was last year.
It was best
right?
series and best writer / artist. Right?
That's crazy that Do a Powerbomb won the Teen Award. That's crazy.
Literally, a mother dies in the first 5 pages. That's crazy.
Oh, I forgot I gave that to Alex on Mother's Day. Read this.
But yeah, Funky, any books we're talking today you're a little excited about?
I mean, there's a few. I'm really curious about the TMNT Naruto crossover, just because there's not a lot of anime comics, and we get that a lot, and so it's got me excited for more.
Street Fighter is the only one that I can
That's
kind
a
of
video game.
point. Well, but it's had anime spin-offs.
That's true.
Yeah.
Technically, but yeah, no, I get it.
No, understandable.
Yeah, but that and it's I forget who's doing the interiors.
I don't
I know
remember.
Jimenez is doing all the covers.
Yeah, Jimenez is doing the
Gonna be
covers.
rad for sure.
Yeah,
Dude, if Jimenez was doing the art, I would absolutely pick that up.
I think he's doing all the A covers though.
Yeah, that's the one of the big 3 I haven't seen everything for. I need to. I only got up through I don't know when Itachi shows up.
Oh yeah, I didn't get very far either.
I have not
I need
watched
to- I
any
need-
of it.
You like ninjas?
I think Ninjas.
It's pretty good.
Okay, my nephew really likes it.
Yeah.
Jiraiya is my favorite, and I heard something about Jiraiya in the future, and I couldn't get further because I was like, no.
I like Yuri Lowenthal.
Yeah.
So he's Sasuke, right?
Yeah.
I like Sasuke.
Sasuke Uchiha.
Uchiha.
Oh, also shout out Mystique #1 by
Ooh.
Declan Shalvey.
What has he done? I know that name.
He did
he's a
that
great
Moon
artist.
Knight run with Warren Ellis. But yeah, his stuff is.
He usually sticks to covers lately, so him doing
Yeah.
the whole book by himself.
I know, writing. I think he's writing and
He's
drawing,
writing
which
everything.
is
So I wonder
which is
if Marvel's gonna
legit.
start following kind of DC and just letting an artist do a whole project.
I hope
Yeah,
so.
I
That'd be
mean,
rad.
and then I think the elephant in the room, if I should say, absolute Batman #1.
Oh yeah.
We're definitely gonna be talking a bit more about that later. I got some details I can talk about that too. But
Oh yeah, you're the inside man.
yeah, I was at the Absolute Power panel.
Yes, sir.
Where they revealed just a little more info about it, which is very exciting. I'm very excited for that book.
Which, do people know you went to Comic-Con? I went to Comic-Con.
We went to Comic-Con.
We went to Comic-Con.
We went to Comic-Con, guys.
Nate, hold down the fort.
He did. The Nates.
I didn't go to Comic-Con.
But so we're that's perfect little segue into the next little segment. Doom.rdj, guys. How do you guys feel about it? We've all discussed this obviously
Funky,
together.
as the resident Doom lover.
Yeah, I'm not
Your 2
stoked
cents?
just because I was like, oh, come on, like, it feels redundant. But I'm gonna see what they're gonna do with it. See what they're gonna do with it. I have a strong feeling it's like a bait and switch thing.
Dude, yeah, I'm kind of the same as Funky. I mean, I think yours and my reaction was pretty similar when we first. It was hype at first.
Yes,
it was
it was like what the because it was just,
holy shit.
Because then I was at the panel when it happened, like seeing him take off the mask and shit. So like just there was so much. Yeah, it was just like pure adrenaline. Like I wasn't really fully. My brain wasn't processing at full capacity. It was
it's
just
like Robert Downey.
Yeah.
Doom.
And
oh my god.
But the thing is, it's like I think from a perspective, it can be very interesting. From a story perspective, it could lead to something very interesting, I feel like. And I think, like, I'm trying to be very positive. I think if he wasn't Iron Man, he's not a bad Doom casting. Like, I think he has the chops to do... Like, if he was never Iron Man and they cast Robert Downey, they wanted him to play Doom in 2004.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like, he's not a bad casting. It's just that he was...
There's a lot of weight carried by...
He's so iconic in the MCU already that it's hard to unsee him.
Yeah, well, I
mean, with Doom, he would wear the mask.
Exactly.
Yeah, and the thing is that, like, it's not, like, we've had people that have played other superheroes before, like Ben Affleck, Chris Evans, like, people even in the same, like, company.
Yeah.
But we haven't had a big actor like RDJ coming back to play a big name character after such a big tenure as like the big character of the MCU, you know. So I think that's where it's kind of, interesting for me, and it's like I want to be positive too because he's a good actor and I'm sure he'll do a great job. I think it's just that, like, as much as I could see them making it work,
it's a lot easier to see them not make it work.
I just don't see why they chose to go through the option of jumping through all these hoops to make this work rather than, like, hey, let's just get some random guy to do Doom and then, like, we don't have to do all this, like, multiverse stuff. I was really after Deadpool Wolverine. We're talking about Doom.
Oh fuck yeah! Fuck yeah!
Just Doom. This is our special guest.
Sorry, that was the 10 alarm. 10 alarm fire.
But so we got 10 here. He's gonna be joining in on the conversation. We were just talking about, and after this we're probably gonna end up, because a lot of the other stuff we were gonna talk about from this segment is probably just gonna be stuff we're gonna talk about in the new books segment.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like after the Doom segment we'll probably just jump right into the new books.
Any thoughts about Doom? RDJ?
I kind of half expected something was going to happen like that. Again, we've been working in like a comic store for I don't know how long, quite a long time. So one of the first rules of comics: nobody stays dead, and I think that applies to actors. So I was kind of just like, well, he was going to come back in some capacity. So.
Yeah, but I hate it.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean,
when you called me in the car, you were so like shivering, excited.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah, it was such like a, I don't know. It was just I needed somebody to talk to.
Yeah, it was infectious for me. I definitely felt the adrenaline, but this, who I think would have been a great Doom if not RDJ,
Hmm.
Michael Fassbender.
Yeah.
That would have been
Michael Fassbender Doom. I mean, you know, he was a fantastic Magneto.
It's not too late, Marvel.
Not too late.
Pretty please.
Make him like Doom Prime.
But, you know, and it's interesting because I heard that with the Ultimate series, the next issue, or like the issue 4 where it's like the Doom mask and the little like
it's the
Fantastic
origin
Four mice.
of him,
I
right?
heard that in that issue there's gonna be
Probably
some
take some ideas from
supplementing for
Yeah.
how they're doing RDJ
Really?
as Doom.
yeah, more than likely
Which
because
is
that. Well,
interesting.
both comics, Marvel, DC, have been trying to figure out lining up the release comics,
It's
like
with
current stuff.
well,
with
and that makes
what's
sense
going on in the
because the
movies.
Doom event that's happening.
Yeah,
We're not
right.
going to be talking about that this episode because that's a little further, but
Yeah.
pretty much after Blood Hunt, like Doom is the Sorcerer Supreme. It looks like because he has the Eye of Agamotto and shit, and it's Strange.
Well, yeah, I think it was like
It's
Strange's.
in the it happens in the
Yeah,
newest
like
issue.
Strange's ghost or whatever.
Wait,
Like,
so is Strange dead?
maybe I don't know.
no,
It's,
because he got turned into a vampire, but he astral projected out of it, so his body is technically vampire-y / dead, but his ghost is still chilling
Yeah.
with who's the
Wong?
who's the
America?
who's the chick? Who's the blonde?
Clea.
Clea.
Yeah.
He's chilling with Clea, and then I guess Doom showed up, and Doctor Strange went to Doom, and he was like, "Yo, dude, help us out." And then Doom's like, "I can help you, but like,
Give me that fucking cape, dude.
give me the fucking cape." So I guess like Strange somehow. This is just for me flipping through the issue. I didn't like sit down and read it. I probably should, but like, yeah, he basically like gave his powers to Doom to help them defeat the vampires and everything. So I think like that's how Doom's like souped up now, and that's gonna lead into dooming.
Okay, Dooming is Doom.
Well, dooming the Doom.
Yeah, but Marvel's got to do the synergy. They got to make sure everything's lining up. Well, it makes sense because even and that I'll bet the DC has the Creature Commandos show coming out in December, and there's a new Creature Commandos book
Oh, true.
coming out later this year too.
True.
Yeah, it's
we
something
can
they've been
talk
trying
about
to
that
do
later.
for a while.
Yeah.
Is, like,
Written.
make them up, but like,
You got to watch more to find out who's reading it. But
Ah.
what you saying?
I was like, it's something they've been trying to do for a while. It's like sync up the books with the movies and shows and everything.
Yeah,
But I feel like it never works out because like the books come out quicker than the fucking
Yeah.
movies.
yeah, and it's like stuff changes so
Yeah.
often. Like they have a plan for something, and
Just
then
like
it's
how
just like,
they were hyping up Kang.
yeah, and then just like oh no.
It's
no.
like nope.
No.
Oh, 4 years of leading up to something.
Which my
Nope.
theory for Kang Dynasty was that he was always gonna get nerfed by Doom. Like that was
Yeah.
gonna be the way to introduce
Honestly,
Doom.
that would
I
have been
have a
even better.
connection.
yeah, but
No.
I here's my thing.
Yeah.
I've been.
They're related somehow.
I thought it was him. Wasn't
I
it?
thought
It was him or
isn't
Reed.
Reed or
Him and Reed
But
are
it was-
like
that was, like, the thing.
stepbrothers.
but then how
So
are
Reed's dad hopped into a different universe or like different timeline, and like he went out for a pack of cigarettes, never came back,
Yeah.
settled down with a different family, and then
In a
his
different
great grandchild is Kang.
But how is he also related to Doom?
That's something that they were doing in the last Doom series.
Yep.
Because that was like
they're
Kang kept
somehow
like
with
showing up.
the Christopher Cantwell one?
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
because
like
they got the
Kang
cover
kept-
where they're
Kang
like,
Kang just kept popping up in his timeline, and he can't figure out like there's a connection between them that they're like somewhat related.
Yeah,
Mhm.
dude, that means a Senate of Doom and a Senate of Reed fucking banged and had Kang.
Yeah,
ew.
Oh,
Dude.
Dude, that's gonna piss off Doom so much.
oh my god.
He's gonna nuke.
Richard.
He's gonna nuke his entire like fucking nervous system worldwide just so he can fucking. I'm not related to you.
Wait, also, this is a random side tangent. Who the fuck is Doom 2099? Is that Victor? Or
He's
is
both
that...
of them.
Oh yeah, he. Wait, what? I thought you said it was just Victor, but it's a different Victor, but it is Victor, but he went into the future and he's got like Wolverine's fucking skeleton or whatever. What?
Well, so the latest 2099, it was like Reed and Doom were fighting, fell through a teleporter, like through a
And
thing
they
together.
like to fly?
Yeah.
They
And
do
that's
that.
Doom-
Because Doom like is like walking through the desert and he's kind of stretchy.
Dude.
Oh,
They kind of allude that they
fused
merged.
into one being.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but I mean that's the latest one, which was like a one shot.
Oh.
Okay.
You know, I don't
that's not-
remember. I
you
think
don't-
the
you don't
2099
remember.
from the old school one. I don't remember.
Yeah. I don't know. I just remember there's this one page that I've seen where it's like Wolverine's adamantium skeleton, and it's alive, but it's like I'm Victor Von Doom, and I'm like, what the fuck? So
I mean, Doom finds a way.
Doom finds a way.
Yeah.
I feel like Doom 2099 is just a bag of worms. That,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I'm just glad that we stocked up on that Doom omnibus.
One final thing about Doom. My biggest fear for Doom in the MCU for a while has been that they were going to introduce him in like a post-credit scene of something, and then the next time we see him, he's going to be the main villain in something.
Oh,
Which
exactly
seems
what
exactly
they
what they're doing,
Yeah.
right? They're going to probably have him in the post-credit scene of Fantastic Four, and then he's going to be... It's literally Avengers Doomsday.
Yeah.
So
I
here's-
mean,
here's
I
my
was
pitch.
really hoping for like multiple end credits where it's like
Yeah.
the end of this movie you get
Well,
metal fingers.
like a Thanos.
the end of this
thing.
one
Yeah.
he's reaching for his mask.
Yeah.
You know, you just be like, oh shit, Doom is coming.
I mean,
he's always in the background.
Yeah.
If we're looking on the positive side, I guess the thing I'll give them, I'm glad that they're doing, is that they're not going from because he's probably most likely going to show up, if not during the movie, during the post-credit scene of the Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah,
That's
that movies are so stuffed already,
that's
though.
a
It's going to have
given.
Galactus and Silver Surfer.
Yeah,
like,
it's-
I don't
well,
want
you
to
can't really have
Yeah.
Galactus without
Yeah.
Silver Surfer, so makes sense.
And I
but
bet they're gonna explain the Kang thing that is like because he got defeated in Quantumanium, that Doom is the one that's gonna have all the variants instead, and he's
Probably.
way worse.
Yeah.
that sounds
Or,
stupid.
like,
though.
I
I don't know. It would have been better if, just sleeper Doom bots throughout different movies and stuff, and you're just like, what the hell is
Yeah.
going on?
yeah.
Yeah.
Here's what I think. If they want to, it'd be hard to do, especially since they don't have Jonathan Majors. But
Doom.
What if a post-credit scene of the Fantastic Four? Here's how I would do it to set up Doom. Right, have the post-credit scene of Fantastic Four, have the introduction of Doom. We're at where the Council of Kangs were at the end of Quantumania, and it's in flames, and all of them are fucking dead, all of the fucking Kangs, and there's one left who's crawling on the fucking ground, and you just see a metal fucking foot stomp on his hand, and it pans up and it's Doom, literally
Okay, that would
killed
be pretty tight.
all of the fucking
Yeah.
Kangs, and then the next time we see him, here's my pitch, Marvel, you better be fucking listening. Do a Book of Doom special presentation. So we get an hour-long thing of Doom's origin. We get his mom.
Interesting.
We get the stuff with the basis of his magic. We can see a young Reed and Doom in college. We can get
Yeah.
all of that in a tight 1 hour.
Like a Werewolf
5
by
minutes.
Night
special.
type thing.
Exactly, just
Yeah.
like Werewolf by Night, because
Spotlight.
they did that with Guardians holiday special too.
That's
You know
true.
what I
I
mean?
didn't even think about that.
And they said I think they have more special presentations planned.
There was talks of a Silver Surfer one a while ago.
Yeah, and there's also
That's
talks
true.
of a Ghost Rider and a Nova one. I don't know how true those were, but
That's the thing when
Yeah.
that's talks.
yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, I hope that we get.
I'm just glad they're not going right from
Yeah.
Fantastic Four straight to Secret Wars.
my
At
God,
least
yeah,
we're
that'd be-
getting
that'd be terrible.
Avengers Doomsday and then Secret
But
Wars.
it's
But
so cool. Is it,
It's
guys,
like 1 and 2.
we're getting Secret Wars in 3 years.
I know
Is that not too soon?
No, because they announced it 5
while
years.
back.
Yeah, but there's
when
been
it was,
no
5 years.
precedence for it.
Yeah,
there's
just-
been nothing. I feel like if we're gonna, the only thing we've gotten to set up Secret Wars so far, one fucking thing. Well, 2 things. Not anymore. Because all the stuff with Kang and Loki, that was clearly trying to set something up.
yeah.
And Multiverse of Madness. They introduced incursions, so we know
Yeah.
incursions are a thing.
Yeah, they dived into the multiverse.
And I guess the
they
Void, because
dived into
it seems
timelines.
that the Void is just going to be Battle World, right?
Yeah.
More
That's
or
like-
less. I mean, they kind of also established it with Deadpool Wolverine.
Did you see Deadpool Wolverine?
Yes, I did.
Oh, beautiful. Okay,
I
really
did.
quick. Spoiler warning. I will go. Here's my theory.
Yeah.
I think what Cassandra Nova was trying to do at the end of the movie is what Doom is going to end up doing.
Oh, yeah, no,
I think
like-
he's going
Yeah.
to use the Time
Bring the
Ripper
Battle World.
and destroy everything.
Yeah.
All the multiverse and Battle World's going to be the only thing left.
Yeah.
And then he's going to. But it's they're probably going to do something where it's a bunch of different timelines are purely pruned and dropped into the void, entire timelines, entire worlds.
Yeah.
So that's how we're going to get
Is that
all
how
of
we're
the
gonna get
different.
Beta Ray Bill and the Thor corpse?
Dude,
That'd be tight. Well, because
I-
Explanation,
wasn't
this
the
giant
Thor?
horseman.
wasn't
I
the Thor
need
corpse,
I need a live action Beta Ray Bill so fucking bad. But like, honestly, like
Voiced
I
by
was.
Daniel Warren Johnson.
Oh my god. Yes.
Yes!
Voiced by Daniel.
No, do an
Dude.
animated series and have him be the creative artist on it. Have him be the
Absolutely.
head creative
Oh
artist
my
on
God.
it.
But anyway, like I was kind of worried from the start. Like after Spider-Man: No Way Home, I was like, this was fun.
You don't need like more.
I hope that this doesn't lead into like just a clusterfuck of multiverse stuff. And then we got Multiverse of Madness. And then we've had Quantumania and Loki, and now Deadpool Wolverine. And I just feel like and especially now that it's with Secret Wars, it's like I feel like that's what they've been going towards, and I'm just like, I don't know. I feel like after everything everywhere all at once, I was like, I've had enough.
Yeah,
I've had enough multiverse,
Yeah.
but it seems like Marvel just has their teeth in the idea, and they're just not letting go. And so I don't mind that. They're just immediately going to Secret Wars because it is a huge Marvel.
I think that's the inevitable reboot.
Yeah, I just like.
I think that's why they're doing
I
it. Yeah.
I just want it to be done with taste and class. And what I loved about Deadpool and Wolverine is that even though it was very multiversy and a lot of cameos, a lot of that stuff.
Taste and class.
Well, just taste and class for
114 F-bombs.
No,
Oh,
I just
118.
mean taste and class for how they did the cameos. Like they weren't just like, hey, look at this person. Hey, look at this person. You remember this person? It was like, no, it was actually like showing reverence for these characters that came before, and it's like, hey, look at these characters from these.
Same sentence.
Look, man, I'm rambling.
I totally get you.
Thank
They were
you.
built
You
up.
know
like
I
they
gave
were
it a
built
C
up.
plus,
I know, and that's fine.
and I enjoyed it.
That's
I'm
fine.
a dick.
I rate things on how much I had fun with them.
Same.
And that's
same.
how you got to do it.
But oh my god, I mean, for my own amusement, literally when they announced RDJ as Dr. Doom, the entirety of the fighting game community just activated, and there was a GIF of Iron Man tagging out with Dr. Doom.
Yes!
And so it just like the memes that came of it, like
That's so
specifically
good.
that GIF, it had like Virgil also, and people were like, RDJ as Virgil, confirmed, and then stuff like people were like,
That's so
people
funny.
were afraid of like
Who's
Doom. Oh, so Devil May Cry 3,
Oh.
like yeah, he's like Dante's twin brother.
Yeah.
I was like, Static Shock? I was like, I have a problem with that.
I mean,
he's done it before.
he's done it
What's
before.
stopping
Plan
him?
of dudes, that dude.
I think it's time to. You guys want to move
Shall
to
we-
the
shall we-
book?
shall we-
let's
shall we
talk
book it
about
up?
Jumping into the first book. Y'all.
time.
We're starting off with a book young Nate mentioned earlier, written and drawn by our fucking goat,
Our boy.
our boy Daniel Warren
Seriously,
Johnson.
if we can get you in.
Please, he's
Please.
gonna be in fucking Long Beach.
If Long Beach
Oh
can
my
get
God.
him, we can get
in
him.
Pulp Fiction Comics in in September. So
Are we gonna have to
it's
do a?
right by my school. I would go pretty often. Yeah, it's nice.
So are we gonna have to do a person heist? Like
We kidnapped Daniel Warren Johnson.
Daniel Warren Johnson.
Are we doing a road trip up to
Dude,
Pulp
we
Fiction
might.
comics?
We just
Oh, dude.
we just fucking might, dude.
Dude.
Okay, but okay, so y'all, Moon is following us. Issue 1 and 2. So this book releases the first issue September 18th, second issue on October 16th. It's Daniel Warren Johnson and Riley Rosmo. Do they have a story?
And
does Riley have a story credit?
don't you forget
Oh,
the
Mike
absolute
Spicer.
goat, Mike Spicer.
The goat. He also works on Headlopper.
Props
He's
to
the
Mike
colorist for
Spicer.
Headlopper.
Oh yeah, no, they're amazing artists.
Mhm.
Amazing individuals.
So good.
Mhm.
But and so
Color's
this
always so bright, but
Yeah.
not that bright.
it's like perfect.
Mhm.
But
Perfect.
is Riley Rosmo also have a story credit or just an art credit? Do you know?
Believe he's just art credit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's the art is by both Riley and Daniel Warren Johnson.
Seems
They're
like they'll
gonna
be supplementing.
Yeah, and it's the basic plot of it. Like really, it's like a sci-fi adventure fantasy about two parents trying to find their kidnapped 6-year-old daughter, pretty much on it's sci-fi adventure.
And there's some
Thing.
cool monsters and
Little
aliens.
alien buddies that they tag along with to go help them. So it seems like, as all Daniel Warren Johnson stories are, probably very heartwarming and sad, but with beautiful action and amazing art and
Yeah.
a story that's gonna make you cry.
If he's not doing the art, he knows how to pick people that are great collaborators that
really understand his work.
Exactly. They're able to really there's a nice synchronization.
Exactly.
So and I guess they've been friends for a while, so it's nice that they're working on a thing together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Our next book is called Creeping Below, issue 1. That is by Brian Azzarello. It releases October 2nd, and it's a new original indie book, but pretty much it sold me on it because it's a revenge story that has elements of like black metal, magic, and the way it said a story akin to Swamp Thing through The Crow. Which I'm like, okay, that sounds fucking sick as hell.
I mean, you put those two characters together. I'm sold.
And it's
I
Brian
can't-
Azzarello.
And it's Brian Azzarello. I'm like, shit.
And it's like
I'm
magic
there.
and metal music, and it's like a metal musician or something like that, who's like the main character.
I mean, you know how I feel about The Crow.
Like, come on now.
Like, I just rewatched the original movie, and that's just so much fun.
It's so good.
It's so good. I do need to reread the comic, but I anything Crow akin to, and after reading Alan Moore's Swamp Thing, I'm like, those two guys. I'm down for it.
That'd be a combo.
Oh, yeah.
And we're gonna get it. Alrighty. So moving on from that, next we got Hyde Street #1 releasing October 2nd as well. I think the next, actually no, it's just these two books that are releasing October 2nd. But it takes place in the Ghost Machine universe, the new universe that Image is doing. That's like
Geiger.
It's not connected to Geiger, I guess.
Yeah, it's weird. So there was a interview with like everybody.
Multiple universes.
Yeah, it's multiple universes. So it's
okay.
3 different universes,
Oh.
potentially some dimension jumping involved. But
Oh.
if you look at like each of the Ghost Machine books, they'll have like either unnamed universe next to the number, so that's gonna be the unnamed universe.
That's the universe Geiger.
Yeah, so that's
stuff,
like the
isn't it?
Geiger universe
With like red coat and
That's like the only one that has that so far.
Mhm.
This Hyde Street is the newest one that's gonna have that.
yeah, because
Oh.
Hyde
Every
Street.
Exodus, I don't know what's going on with that. I
Yeah,
thought that was
it's-
connected
Yeah,
to
that one,
Geiger.
yeah, completely. I know there was that teaser with Junkyard Joe. Where,
Well, that's unnamed.
oh yeah, that was unnamed.
Yeah,
but yeah,
he's confirmed in that unnamed universe.
yeah, I know for
They have a
sure.
whole, like,
But yeah, I
timeline.
thought there was something like some of the people that had like masks and like Rook Exodus kind of just showed up in one of the Junkyard Joe books, but I could be mistaking. Like,
Oh, I mean,
yeah.
if you like Geiger, if you like any of those titles, check
You
it
like
out.
Jeff
So
Johns.
the Hyde Street one it's a new universe, right?
Yes.
It's like a new
It's a
thing.
spooky version.
It's
Yeah,
like
the
it's like their equivalent of a horror book, and the way they described it sounds very interesting. It's like in every town, if you turn down the wrong street, you might come across Hyde Street. So it's like some like weird what's like that? No, literally. What's the town in Doom Patrol?
Oh, Danny.
I'm
the-
assuming it's like that, where it's like a physical. It's like a place that because doesn't Danny like move? It's like in different. It can be. Like
Yeah, well,
different
Danny. I
places.
think Danny's like an entity.
Yeah,
and
I think
like-
Hyde Street is similar to that,
Okay.
where it's like it's
Danny,
a
but
place,
evil.
but like you can be anywhere around the world, and like you can just turn down the alley or a street, and you're on this Hyde Street.
Okay.
And there's different residents who live on Hyde Street, and they're all weird.
That's kind of cool.
And
Okay.
the next thing we're going to talk about actually comes out October 30th, and it's called Devour, and it's a short story, a part of the Hyde Street universe.
Yeah, kind of like Stephen King's Thinner.
Yes, literally, where it's this woman who's trying to fit into like her wedding dress, but
Or Requiem for a Dream.
yeah, and she
If you ever watched that.
she goes on Hyde Street and finds this woman named her name was like Miss Goodbody. I think that's like one of the people who live on that street, and they give her this mysterious weight loss supplement, and she fucked up shit starts to happen because it's a horror story. And it's called Devour. It happened on Hyde Street. So it's like, I'm assuming there's gonna be a series of books that are short stories that are gonna be followed with It Happened on Hyde Street.
All right.
So yeah.
I think
We'll do
now
this.
will be. I have to work now, guys. So if you wanna see me at the shop, come through.
Come through.
I'll be working at the front. But yeah, 10 will be my
This isn't live.
swap out. Hey man, it's
Listen, it's
you know.
only nice. It's only nice. You gotta let people
I'm
know
giving
what's
people
going
the
on.
updates.
Yeah.
I want them to feel, appreciated.
Exactly.
And,
In the
and
know.
Seen in the know. Yeah.
As
so,
if they were with us in this room right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, guys, I'm here Wednesday, 3 to 7. This is a Nate promo. Weekends, 11 to 3. All day Sunday.
Birthday parties and get-togethers.
Hey, I do any and everything.
Yep.
You still got 3 minutes, so we can do this next one.
Okay, next we're gonna do. Ba-boom, ba-boom, bum, ba-boom, ba-boom, bum, ba-boom. Terminator. New Terminator book coming out. So pretty much, it's a Dynamite book releasing on my birthday. It's releasing on October 9th.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. And it's written by the guy who did
The new Thundercats and the
Yep.
Old Dog.
yes, the newer Thundercats books and Old Dog, and it's pretty much like the Terminator AI Skynet is like, okay guys, what we did with John Connor didn't really work. So what if we just do it to a bunch of people who are future? So it's pretty
And
much
hope it works.
yeah. So it's like they're sending Terminators back in time to kill leaders of the resistance in the past or descendants of them. So
Yeah,
it's
they
like
bring
a bunch
their
of they're not trying to go for the head guy. Like, what if we just go for everyone underneath John Connor?
So John's just like standing around, and like people are like disappearing out of his life.
But
You know what
yeah,
I am
it's-
excited about this? I'm a fun fact. You know, Alex Ross got his big start with Terminator back in the
Really?
day.
I did.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So they I think it's like a D cover for this series, but he's got a new cover. So I'm like, what?
That's rad.
cool.
getting the Ross back. But
Yeah, it's
Teacher Rock.
kind of excited
It's
for
full
that.
circle.
Yeah, kind of excited for like the series. It kind of reminds me of the Sarah Connor Chronicles.
yeah, I
Yeah.
can see that. I never
Yeah.
was that with who the fuck was in that? Was it a known actress or was she just kind of?
Oh,
like,
I'm blanking on her name, but she
There
was
was a girl with the big head. Yeah, she was in
Firefly. So
was in
was,
Firefly.
yeah, she was like, you know.
Oh,
It's
I
been a
think I
while
know who you're
since yeah,
talking
it's
about,
been a
yeah.
while since I watched Firefly.
Yeah.
It's the girl that fucks shit up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
She reminded me of like a B-list Christina Ricci.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I can picture her face.
Sorry if she actually hears this.
Oh, no.
She's like,
I
what?
mean, you never know. Like one of the other podcasts I was in, we were talking about My Name Is Earl, and the guy that created it commented
Really?
on it.
I think you told me
Yeah, I
about
think like you never know. So yeah.
yeah. But-
Anyways, shout out to My Name Is Earl. Go watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So the next book we're going to be talking about is called
Exorcism is 1600 Penn Street. This sounds tight.
Yes,
This
Yeah,
sounds
and
like a movie already.
so we got a little taste of it.
we did.
Like big old stack of ash cans, so we were able to flip through it.
Mhm.
Amazing
So
art.
next week, they'll be out by the time the episode comes out. If you want to
Yep.
swing by and pick up a little free preview of this book, it looks very cool. So pretty much, it's described. It's like for fans of like Nice House on the Lake and Haunting of Hill House. That's like
Right, Department
tone-wise.
of Truth.
And
Yeah.
Department of Truth. The art is similar. I think it's not that similar, but parts of the art kind of remind me of Department of Truth.
They're eerie.
Yeah, and it's like the first female president, and she is like dealing with the world and like trying to avoid World War III because I guess political shit's popping off. And as all this is happening, it's the way they describe it in the thing. It's basically like the White House becomes like a demonic battleground, and like so there's like somebody's possessed. There's some demonic stuff going on, and like while trying to like take care of the country, she also has to deal with demons, I guess, and
It
like
feels like it's
Yeah.
like season 3 of The Exorcist.
Oh,
that we
yeah.
never got.
yeah.
If you remember, you watched that Fox show?
I heard about it. I mean, Willie has told me a lot about it.
Yeah.
Willie, I don't really liked it. So that hey, I'm probably gonna read the first issue. It feels like something that like I don't know. This feels like something that if it's good, they're probably gonna make like a show of it. I could totally see this being a television show, like you were saying, a movie. But yeah, moving on to the next book. This one I don't really know much about. It's called Null Hunter.
Same.
But the art looks fucking crazy. That's why I
The
one of the reasons I
concept
talked
made
about it.
my brain hurt.
Yeah, so it's Michael Walsh who's done this book releases. Oh, and let me rewind a little bit. Sorry, Exorcism on 1600 Pen releases on October 16th, and then Null Hunter, the book we're talking about right now, releases on October 23rd. And this book, it's described as a kinetic cyberpunk retelling of the labors of Hercules. And I was like, what the fuck? Oh,
So they're gonna have this robot, like clean out a stable.
pretty much.
Yeah, okay.
It just
Okay,
and the first
okay.
issue is like him having to go fight some like space lions or
Okay,
something.
so
like
I'm blanking out. It's like the Nirmal
Yes.
lion,
mm-hmm.
where it's that seems like it's cheating. Like, because how original Hercules killed it, he basically gave it a bear hug.
Yeah.
So this robot's probably go use its hydraulics and go. it's gonna be like those videos online where it's like
The hydraulic press. but yeah, and the art just looked. I guess Gustavo Vargas is the artist on it, and he's more up and coming. And I just the coloring and the art looks crazy. And if you're just a fan of Michael Walsh, he's a great writer. So it just looks really interesting. So if you're a fan of like cyberpunk, futuristic stuff, or even like just like Greek, is Hercules Greek?
Yeah, Hercules.
Yeah,
Greek.
like old Greek, philosophy and philosophy. That's not the right word.
I mean, there was some
Legends
philosophy
and stuff.
involved.
That's true.
Yeah.
Check it out. Next one is called The Sacred Damned, which is another actually Michael Walsh book. This is also releasing the same day, October 23rd, and it's by Sibar I don't know. I'm Perzada. I'm not trying to say his name. If I remember correctly,
That's Perzada.
Yeah. He was a writer on.
And this is part of like an anthology thing, right?
I'm pretty sure.
Isn't it like under like another.
Yes, it's
Horizon.
Horizon Experiment.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Yeah, and it's it also the writer on it, the guy who's not Michael Walsh. I guess he was a writer for the Moon Knight and Ms. Marvel shows. For Marvel,
Okay.
and he wrote another comic recently called like it wasn't like a flower, dandelion or something like that, or I don't know, something like that.
Yeah.
But and it's gonna be a new. It's like an exorcism type story with like a Middle Eastern kind of John Constantine type character, and them like re-examining modern horror and stuff, like for fans of Department of Truth and like Nice House on the Lake and stuff. So similar to the other one we were talking about.
Yeah.
And it's just another kind of horror anthology series. And if you like Michael Walsh, if you like exorcism stories, if you like characters like John Constantine, might be one to pick up.
Yeah.
Speaking of Department of Truth, we got issue 27,
Mhm.
October 30th.
Oh my
It's
god.
going to be like a one-shot story.
Kind of, yeah.
So, like, if you haven't kept up with it in a while, you can just pick this one up for fun, real quick read. It's all about Marilyn Monroe.
Which
So, also, if you're just a huge fan of Marilyn
Which
Monroe,
is kind of
which is-
fitting.
yeah,
it's
totally.
No, because it's like we got Lee Harvey Oswald, so the JFK, JFK, Marilyn Monroe. It's
was like
full
just
circle.
and that was the last one
they're
released.
keeping with the 60s.
Yeah, they are keeping with
Yeah.
the 60s.
A lot of love the 60s.
I mean, I would say
it's
that.
her divided between
Her-
who she actually is and the persona that the world knows.
Exactly.
Because I would say definitely the 60s fits with Department of Truth.
Oh,
In my opinion, I think the 60s was the start of the conspiracy theory. Boom.
That would be cool if I haven't even read a lot of Department of Truth, so I don't even know if they've done this, but like it'd be cool if they had an issue about like the first like
They did.
they did okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my
The
favorite
first,
issue.
what was it? What was the
Six.
conspiracy theory?
Huh?
What was it? It was like the first ever
The
conspiracy
first
theory.
lie.
Oh, the first
Oh.
lie. Okay.
Yeah, it's about the first lie.
Whoa, that sounds fucking cool.
Yeah, it's good. It involves like the lady in red. That's in there. She's supposed to be like a witch or.
Oh, and she's on the cover.
There's like a priest or a monk that is going to this witch's house.
That's pretty cool.
And I don't want to. Yeah,
Yeah.
but that was the first lie.
That's
and
cool.
that's what it's like a flashback story of Lee Harvey Oswald's first like time starting the Department of Truth.
Lee Harvey Oswald?
Yeah.
Oh,
Is he eternal?
wait, he's
No,
part
he's
of-
not.
Oh,
He's reading
oh,
about
okay,
the
he's
first
reading
lie.
about it. Okay.
Oh,
He's reading like this is his introduction into the department.
Okay, so yeah,
Okay.
it's kind of like how the department started, pretty
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
So is he a part of the? I haven't read any of the book.
Yeah, so he
and
is.
then
he
that
is.
that
I remember
specific
that.
issue.
That's so cool.
That
I've only
specific
read the
issue
first volume.
is
I have
in-
the first one. I need to read it.
That's one specific issue is not in the trade.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Why they excluded it?
yeah. You get it in the hardcover.
Oh, okay. I'll probably-
Oh.
I have the
Single
first.
issue.
I have that first trade paperback, so I might try to get the hardcover for it.
Mhm.
But alrighty, moving on from the Department of Truth, which I need to read, is Power Rangers. This name is so crazy.
Not it.
Across the
Morphin Grid, yeah. So this one is gonna be interesting.
Yeah,
So
releases October 30th.
yeah,
as well.
I am blanking on the actress's name. At the same time, there are so many Power Rangers. Original Pink Ranger did that
Yes.
like miniseries.
I forget her name.
Yeah,
Joe.
yeah.
Joe?
But Joe.
Her last name.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were
Yeah.
just saying her
Joe
first
Jr.
name.
Joe.
Amy?
Yeah.
Amy?
Amy Jo
Yeah.
Johnson.
Okay, Amy Jo
Yeah.
Johnson. Yeah, but yeah, so
There
this
you
is gonna
go.
be kind of in a similar vein. So they are getting
She was my
Bunch
first
of
crush.
actors.
Yeah, a bunch of actors. So it's specifically around the Zordon era. So you got David Yost, Walter. I'm blanking out on the second Red Ranger.
Yes, that's what
Yeah.
I remember reading that.
Yeah,
So is it like each issue is its own story, or
No,
is it
so
like an
it's-
anthology where it's like short stories in each?
So short stories in each, from
Cool.
the sounds of it, written by each actor,
Yes.
possibly focusing on the Ranger they play.
I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Yeah.
The interesting part is, so the outlier is Hyperforce Pink's actor.
Oh.
So she wasn't a suit actor, so Hyperforce was a tabletop RPG podcast.
Whoa! So
yeah.
they're giving her like her own story in it?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. Like, I mean, I haven't watched a lot of Hyperforce, but it was a pretty cool setup.
I know
So-
I've heard the name. I think maybe
Yep.
you've even told me about it before.
Yeah, no, so they brought in a bunch of like the side actors and stuff to like play basically a ranger. Like
So sick.
like Bulk's actor is there.
Uh-huh.
He plays a beat cop who becomes a ranger.
That's
it's
rad.
it's great. It's great.
Oh my
and yeah, the
God.
Hyperforce Rangers have shown up in the comics.
That's
and,
okay, yeah.
But yeah, so it's gonna be very interesting seeing like everybody's take on their character and just the little micro stories.
Yeah,
that they
that's
have. Yeah.
I love when they do that, because it's like actors play such a key role in like creating a character. Because obviously there's what's on the paper, but like there's so much an actor brings to a character and kind of like the backstory they bring to it, and they make it its own thing.
Yeah, and especially with Power Rangers, a lot of these actors have played these characters for so long.
They have
so
a
it's
deep understanding of them. It makes so much sense. It can lead to such great stories.
Yeah.
But alrighty, next book. Kind of in that same vibe, I guess. It's a TMNT Naruto, which we briefly mentioned earlier.
really surprising. I remember going on Twitter, I saw like the cover for it. I'm like, oh, that's some good fan art.
That's right, I thought
Yeah, I was like, that's some cool fan
But
art.
I know,
It's like,
I know. Jorge loves loves anime, but
Yeah, and it was just like, no, this is actually real. I'm like, what?
It's
Like
so
that's kind
they're
of
ninjas.
they're ninjas, but yeah, I know like Shueisha is very, very protective of like their IPs and stuff.
Must have been a good pitch.
Like,
It must have been-
it must have been an extremely good.
Or they
pitch.
were just like
Well,
offering
wait,
an
does
insane amount of money.
Shueisha own the rights, or does Shonen Jump own the rights?
I think so. Shueisha owns Shonen Jump.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they.
Shonen Jump is just an offshoot
Yeah,
of
it's-
Shueisha.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's like again, like kind of multiple magazines. You got like Shoujo Beat, which is like
Right.
the rom-coms and
Yeah.
stuff. Shonen Jump, which is your action. I'm pretty sure they have the like older adult and like young adult like imprints, but yeah, it's an umbrella term, kind of way to like categorize it, kind of like Marvel Max and stuff like that.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so I'm kind of excited to see where that's going. A lot of over the top stuff.
Yeah.
I am curious if like the turtles are going to be doing like dropping meteors and stuff or something like
Yeah, I'm
or,
very excited.
or summon jutsu. Like,
I haven't really read Naruto, so I'm probably gonna.
Yeah,
I'm probably gonna flip. To
I'm
that first
kind
issue.
of curious of like how they're going to bring it in. It's somebody does like a turtle summoning jutsu and like they appear. Yeah,
From what I read in the thing, it's like April is going to is traveling somewhere, and she ends up getting like kidnapped, I think, by people, and then like the Foot Clan is involved, but like she's kidnapped by like Naruto villains, I think, and then the turtles got like I don't know.
What?
All I know is that April's in it. I think like Sasuke and some other Naruto side characters are gonna be in it. Baxter Stockman's gonna be in it. Like they're
That's
having like
wild.
side
That's-
characters from both.
Guys,
And
Naruto
That's
just
insane.
always took
I mean,
place in the Ninja Turtles
Turtles
universe.
universe. It's
Brooklyn's just like
right over there.
Yeah, just like right across
That's
the
just
bay.
Japan.
Yeah.
That's just you go.
yeah, it's a Hidden Leaf Street. It's like
People
over.
are just watching the fourth Ninja War, and it's just like
It's like they're like, oh, that Hidden Leaf Street, they're crazy.
This
They're
feel-
crazy.
I feel like this
Did
concept
you,
feels like
did
somebody
you see that second Rock they should dropped?
like this crossover feels like somebody was stoned watching the third live action TMNT
yes.
movie and was like, bro, what if Naruto showed up right now? But like they just wrote it. That's what
Like,
it feels like.
the crazy thing is like, I can't argue against it because in Naruto you got shark people and people made out of like literal water, and then you got like the corruption curse jutsu. So it's just like, yeah, no, the turtles will fit. Like
makes sense.
It makes sense. It totally makes sense.
Alright, so bridging in this kind of TMNT's kind of superhero-esque, and now we're jumping into our superhero books. We're starting off with Marvel. So if you're a Marvel fan, buckle in. We don't have that. We actually have more more indie and DC books than Marvel books, so we'll get through it a little quicker.
I mean, multiple events in Marvel, so it's like gloss over that. You know, 90 over 100 issue tie-ins, yada yada. We just got
the
out
crossover that's gonna lead right into another one.
Oh, God.
But first book we're going to be talking about is the new Wolverine that's releasing. We're coming out issue 1 and 2. Issue 1's coming out September 11th, and then issue 2 October 16th. But yeah, so it's a new jumping in point and a new creative team, and it's just, it's Wolverine being Wolverine. He's doing his thing. He's going to be in Canada, I'm pretty sure.
Dude, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm reading he's going to fight the Wendigo.
He's fighting the Wendigo in issue 2. Issue 2 is him fighting Wendigo.
I mean, the art from what I've seen in the previews, I forget who's doing it, but
it's very good.
Solid stuff.
I wonder if is it a flashback?
I don't know.
Is it going to be his perspective of 180?
I don't think, because it looks like him in his current scene.
Okay.
It's I forget his first name, but I think Ahmed is writing.
He's
been doing
Miles.
Yes.
Okay.
He's been doing Miles and Daredevil.
I thought Ziegler was doing Miles.
Oh, Ziegler's doing the current one.
Ahmed's doing Daredevil, right? He's doing the current Daredevil right now. Yeah, but art looks really solid. I mean, especially after the movie, I'm sure people are going to be
wanting some Wolverine in their lives.
If you wanted short, hairy people, we got our next book.
Yeah, guys, if you want more of a canonically short Wolverine, go to the comics, guys.
Yep.
Yeah, and
if you want more of that.
And just like Funky was saying, our next book is about some hairy short guys. We got a Star Wars Ewoks.
Yeah,
issue 1 of 4. It's going to be also releasing on my birthday, October 9th. It takes place after Return of the Jedi, and it's, I guess, some bounty hunters come to Andor.
Yeah.
Andor, right?
Yeah,
I almost said Andor. Yeah, they go to Cassian.
I mean, shout out Andor.
It's a great show. But then they go to Andor, and I guess there's like an Imperial weapons cache that they're going to find. But they find that it's going to be a little harder to get to because there's some hairy bears
Predator-style Ewok.
Oh
Dude,
my God.
The Predator vision, but it's an Ewok.
I need them to fuck these guys up.
Dude, just go some Australia, drop bear.
I
feel like we got to title this episode. Ramon's birthday is October 9th.
Among guys,
there's gonna be. Well,
October 9th is Ramon's birthday.
Speaking of, our next book also releases October 9th.
Yeah, no.
And it's Sentinels issue 1, which
your favorite.
Which it seems like they're taking inspiration from the Ultimate Universe because this book is people are genetically modified with like
a little bit of X-Men 97.
Yeah, with like nanotech to make them like human Sentinel hybrids, but they're not like. Sleepers. It seems like they're more of like a police force that are working for the government that hunt down bad mutants. Like the first issue is them trying to go hunt down Omega Red.
Okay.
And so it's like they have abilities and they're technically Sentinels, but they're not like killing all mutants.
Yeah.
It's like they're a task force specifically to handle powerful evil mutants.
Interesting. So I'm blanking out on the other X-Men book that's coming out where it's like a
X Factor.
X Factor.
Yes.
Yeah. So
it's like X Factor, but not.
Yeah. So it seems like you got the mutant team and you got like the human Sentinel team. So I'm going to expect maybe some like crossover.
That would make sense. It's like you have the team that's supposed to like be like, look it, mutants are great. Like they're doing the stuff we want them to. They're working for us. And then you have the other team they don't talk about that much. That's like, let's fucking handle these fucking mutants. But it seems interesting, and I feel like it's like I said, because in the Ultimate Universe, Sentinels were like humans. They were like genetically modified humans who were like cyborgs, and then there's also like in '97 there was the human Sentinel. So it's like a mix of the two. So that seems very interesting. Not really much else to say about that. If you like that, fuck it, check it out.
Yep.
Next we got the new Moon Knight issue 1. Moon
Yeah.
Knight Fist of Khonshu.
God, I mean,
shout out Jed McKay.
He's back.
Shout out Alessandro Cappuccio. I hope I said your last name right, but
I mean,
these guys. I mean, from the get go, like they've just been killing it on this book, dude.
It's so good, so good. I mean, now they brought like Mark back. It's just he drops out of a solar eclipse just to punch a vampire. Like it's
the hardest.
It's
like Cappuccio has slowly been becoming
Dracula
like my
one
of my favorite.
Love him on a fucking Spider-Man book. Just because so angular, I love how he draws like Mr. Knight.
Yes.
and it's just so pure.
He actually is doing a variant cover for Amazing Spider-Man issue 60.
I'm
God
so
damn it!
excited for that issue.
Shout
It's
out.
finally over.
We'll be getting to that later.
Oh, nice. Oh, nice.
That's fucking clean.
Okay.
Dude.
But,
You guys can't see it, but it's cool.
Yeah.
Trust.
Yeah,
Look
we'll
it up.
find some way to get like the audio frequency to form images in your brain.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
In editing. But,
You can do that, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
We got the technology.
So our next one is a one shot. I think they've done this a couple times. Crypt of Shadows, releasing October 16th. Just a fun horror anthology.
Yeah.
If you like spooky stuff, check it out.
And I mean, I'm excited for that. You know, Marvel, for last year, maybe the year before that, they've been really trying to like get into the
Yeah.
horror
Yeah,
scene.
they released the same book basically.
Yeah.
Same
But
title.
it-
Also a one shot.
Yeah.
I wonder. It's cool. I like that they just give it's like a writer and artist. Like, hey,
Yeah.
do something spooky.
Too soon spooky. Yeah.
So that's cool. But next one we're gonna talk about. I know young Nate's a little excited for this specifically because of the artist. We got Mystique issue 1, also releasing October 16th. It's you want to talk about the art a little bit?
Oh,
The
yeah,
art,
it's Declan Shalvey. He's writing and drawing the book. I really dig his art. I liked his stuff on Moon Knight, and that's kind of all I know. I don't really know that much about Mystique.
No, still, at
but,
least you understand about the artist. You know about the artist a little bit.
Anyway,
Right? Fast writer.
it's he does some good stuff. So if you like good I'm just a sucker for writer artists.
Yeah,
guys
and
who could do it all.
And he's one of those artists that typically just gets really rad covers. But imagine it's a rad cover throughout a whole book.
Yep.
I know that's the thing. It's like when you have those people who are like, they mainly just do the covers, but like you get them on a book where like they're writing, they're doing the art, it's their own thing. I feel like there's a lot of room for them to just do some really cool stuff, and I like whenever they're given the chance to do that.
Exactly. But alrighty, and then next, and I guess it's going to be like an espionage spy thriller, and she's going to be doing evil Mystique stuff. She's like, hey, I want the world to hate and fear me, and I'm going to show them why. It's like,
Actually,
what I said in the
yes.
description.
You
Like
go,
Mystique.
girl. You go.
Go Queen.
Yeah, go.
We're trying
Slay.
We're trying to
Girl
let
boss.
people like mutants again. She's like, no,
No.
hate and fear it.
Hate Vera, fuck you.
You.
Honestly,
I don't want your love. I want your hate. I live off that.
Yeah. Next, we got Doom issue. Iron Man issue
one.
1, releasing October 23rd.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much Tony is angry and bitter, and he's like, I'm gonna Roxxon and AIM have been fucking with me, and I'm gonna fuck with them back.
I'm gonna get my
Yeah,
rocks
he-
on.
Yeah, god damn it.
God.
No, literally, it's called the Roxxon War. Like that's like what this arc is called, the Roxxon Stark War. So it's pretty much Tony and like his armors. He has new armors, and they're all like look more like junkyard-esque. They're
Yeah,
like,
so
more like kind of
it's-
slapped together.
I remember looking at it. It's like a more stylized Mark I armor.
Yes,
Yeah, it's a bit
Yes.
more slim. Got like the more traditional looking one, but it's like the pieces are chunky.
yeah.
Looks like they were like riveted in. Like it was like
Very like
yeah, I mean,
homemade.
again, homemade box of scraps. The box of scraps. I mean, it all comes back to a box of scraps, and
Yeah.
and it's great to see that because again, it's one of those things like I think modern Iron Man stuff doesn't highlight.
Yeah.
Tony's resourceful.
Exactly.
Like,
He can do some crazy shit
Yeah.
with not a lot of stuff.
yeah, like. I mean, going back to Doom, the Demon in the Armor story, like, that whole thing was just like, nah, Tony doesn't need money.
Yeah.
He can just scrap and claw his way up to,
Dude,
like,
exactly.
up to the top.
But dude, so that's gonna be exciting. I might actually be hopping on that hopefully.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to read Iron Man stuff. So, and then next, woo! Ooh,
Oh.
Finally.
I've been waiting for this.
Oh,
Next up, people
so,
will have it.
Guys,
so-
Spider-Man issue 60. It's finally over,
it's
guys.
over.
60 issues.
Finally
Yeah,
over.
the big reveal is Paul is like Peter's reverse Flash.
Yeah, guys.
God, yeah.
So we have.
How long has it been? 2 years? 3
Oh,
years?
God, yeah.
We're at the end, issue 60 of Zeb Wells' Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah, we'll see how it ends.
Yes,
Like,
releasing October
just-
30th.
God, this run, man. Like, even the non-comic readers are just saying Paul. And I'm like, how? Yeah, Paul. Like, we are looking at a Paul the Samurai. Like,
It was
right in
staring
front
right
of
at
us.
us.
But yeah, it's just like.
years. Shit.
Like, God, yeah, no, this run, it somehow leaked in the cultural zeitgeist
It
as well.
did.
Like, there's points where I have, like, my non-comic book reading, like, friends also Shout out to my buddy Anthony, the expert of D-list characters. Even he knows about Paul.
No,
Yeah.
same.
Like,
That's the exact
it's-
same with my friend.
Yeah, it's insane. It's just like stuff like where I'm like, you don't know stuff about Captain America or Spider-Man, but you know things about Metamorpho, and you know about Paul. I'm pretty sure if I asked him about it, he'd be like, Paul's the biggest D-lister of them all.
Oh my god.
It was Paul.
Paul.
That's been Paul. And then the issue is also gonna have a prelude to Joe Kelly's 8 Deaths of Spider-Man, which is like so.
Leave Peter alone.
Do we? And it's gonna be a part of the Doom crossover thing, the Doom thing they're doing.
Yeah.
But like so is it gonna be? Is that gonna be? Do we know if that's gonna be 8 Deaths of Spider-Man as like its own book? Is it gonna be like a 1 through 8, or is it gonna be Amazing Spider-Man 61? Probably.
Man, I don't
actually,
even
yeah.
know.
Is it going to be Amazing Spider-Man issue 1, The 8 Deaths of Spider-Man, or is it going to be The 8 Deaths of Spider-Man issue 1, or is it going to be Amazing Spider-Man 61, The 8 Deaths of Spider-Man? Like, I don't know what it's going to
Look, dude, all I'm waiting for is for them to announce a Mark Waid and Chris Samney Amazing Spider-Man #1.
Shut the fuck up.
Don't
Shut
give
the
us
fuck
hope.
up.
Don't
Don't
give us
say
hope.
that.
Don't
Don't
give
fucking
us-
say
yeah,
it.
don't
It's
give us-
never going to
I don't
happen.
care.
They're
It's gonna happen.
They're at DC.
I don't care. Let it happen.
Dude, no, here's my dream.
Please.
Once Daniel makes his run through and is going back on another big studio book,
Yeah.
please just give him like.
Oh my god.
Imagine even if he did a 2-issue arc on Amazing Spider-Man,
Yeah.
Even if he did a short story in like Spider-Man Black, White, and Blood. or
I
Red.
need
Yeah.
a Superman red, white, or red, blue, whatever the
Yeah.
color special one.
Yeah.
I just need a
whole book of
Powers,
that.
yeah.
5-page
Dude, yeah.
short
No,
story.
Daniel-
Another one?
that just crushes me.
That one short story.
Dude, yeah, no.
he did. You read that Superman short story he did, right?
Let's
Yep.
let's
Let-
hope that this new era of Spider-Man.
Let him be happy, man.
Yeah, and speaking of new eras, we're gonna start talking about a new era for DC.
Yeah.
Starting very soon. So we're
Yeah.
moving on our DC books. We're gonna first be talking about the All In special, releasing October 2nd, which is kind of a new thing. So All In, pretty much. You guys remember Dawn of DC?
Oh man, I'll remember
Yeah.
Dawn of
They're
DC.
doing that again. Pretty much. But
yeah.
it's more, so they're pretty much all of their mainline books are gonna have new jumping on points. Or like the Superman title is gonna have a new jumping on point, and like Dan Mora's hopping on the art. Like he's gonna be doing it with Joshua Williamson. Then like Batman, Jimenez is hopping back on Batman with Zdarsky. Tom King's continuing his Wonder Woman run, and so they're all new jumping in points. So if you wanted to read any of those books, you
Well,
can
Tom
start
King's
jumping
also jumping on Detective Comics.
Okay, yeah.
in.
No,
Really?
Tom Taylor.
Oh, Tom
Sorry.
Tom
Tom
Taylor's
Taylor
hopping.
is doing Detective
Too
Comics.
many
Sorry,
Toms.
sorry.
Too
many
many
Toms.
Toms.
But I mean, all of those are jumping out of this all-in special, which, like I said, is releasing October 2nd. It leads. It takes place right after Absolute Power, so it's gonna kind of like you can consider it like an epilogue, I guess, to Absolute Power, and it's gonna involve Darkseid, and it's going to be the birth of the new Absolute universe that they're doing. That's where that's all gonna start. Where we're gonna talk about each of those books as we go through the DC list. We're going through it by the release date, and they release at different times, so we'll get to each one. But if you are excited for any of these new jumping in points, if you wanted to know background of this new Absolute universe they're doing, like pretty much you can consider this all-in special like the equivalent to like the Ultimate Invasion miniseries they did for Marvel, where it's like that is like what's setting up this new universe, and then everything else is gonna follow after it. So if you wanted to kind of know what's going on, I'd recommend trying to pick up that special when you can. And like I said, releasing on the 2nd of October. Next, we're talking about we're quick talking about this one. I already mentioned it. The new jumping in point for Batman is starting on issue 153, also releasing October 2nd, the same day as the all-in special, and it's going to be Zdarsky and Jimenez starting a new arc, and I guess it's going to be involving the Riddler going
Interesting.
like straight, and like the Riddler trying to like I guess
Interesting.
I
I mean,
don't- something like that.
they've tried to do like Riddler, like turning a new leaf before.
Yeah.
Like I mean, there was Detective Nigma.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, it was interesting. But yeah, I think in a sense, I could totally see like the Riddler trying to turn over a new leaf.
Yeah.
Like be kind of like turn into a Sherlock-esque character.
That could be really
A
cool.
consultant with like oh, I understand the criminal mind.
Yeah.
And how they tick.
Like, so it'd be
so cool.
that would be very interesting.
And he's like he can't like stop making riddles though.
Yeah.
Everybody's still kind of annoyed by him.
yeah, that'd be very interesting. Where it's like he knows it, but he's like, "Oh, I'm just going to do a riddle for you guys to figure out
Yeah.
because I know it, but I want you guys to
You gotta
like,
work for it. Yeah, and then our next book is gonna be. So I'm pretty sure DC has had this thing before, but the DC Horror Presents, they're gonna be bringing
Yes.
more of those back.
Yeah,
and
there was like Soul Plumber.
yes, didn't they have a Conjuring book?
Yeah, Conjuring book as well. So yeah. So.
And then fucking Sergeant Rock, Bruce Campbell.
Oh yeah. Oh, Brucey boy.
Yeah. So they're doing more of those, and they're doing a Creature Commandos book. I mentioned that earlier in the episode. That, they got to do the synergy with the shows and stuff, and it's written by David Maspolchin, Polka Dot Man. Das Malchin.
Yeah.
Das Malchin.
Das Malchin.
Yeah. And he also wrote Count Crowley, which is that image book that I've heard is pretty good.
Okay, yeah.
And
Okay,
so he's
very
going to be writing that, and it's cool that they kind of gave it to him as a Suicide Squad alum from that movie, and then Creature Commandos is kind of a similar, task force kind of thing. So it's cool,
Yeah,
and he's been writing horror stuff, so that's kind of cool that they're giving
That's
him
perfect.
that.
That's perfect.
And he's friends with James, so I'm sure he talked to James Gunn a little bit since he wrote the Creature Commandos show about but it looks like the team is very different. The team, it's a lot simpler. It's Frankenstein, like a Wolfman,
Okay.
Dracula. And like a creature from Black Lagoon type girl.
Okay, nice.
Kinda,
nice.
it's
Cool.
four.
Yeah, so it's
yeah.
the universal team.
Pretty much, yeah. And it's just
Yeah.
4 of them. Like it's they're kind of like shortening it down, which I kind of think is fun. Yeah, and
the
then
one we're all here to rant about.
the big one in multiple
The
words,
big one.
multiple.
Oh
P's.
yeah, and it's
Yeah.
big.
It's a big-
He's
The
a
Batman
big
who lives.
That's literally what they
Big
said
boy,
at
yeah.
the panel.
Yeah.
They said that at the panel. The Batman who lives.
Oh god, big boy, very
Absolute Batman number one, y'all.
7 foot tall in
And,
the
and
outfit.
guys, when is it releasing?
On your birthday.
On my
birthday.
birthday. Releasing on my
Guys, if
birthday.
you come in on October 9th and wish Ramon a happy birthday, you get a special discount.
It's my day off,
Oh.
and I'll specifically come into the shop and just stand there waiting for birthday wishes.
I mean, I was gonna say you get Chris high five, but okay,
I like high fives too.
Yeah,
That's true.
we can talk with G. We can talk with G.
Yeah. But so the
I was
book.
like, everybody's just gonna come in. You know how many books there are out there?
Well, I mean, we don't know how many people watch this, so it'll be for the
Special deal.
Yeah.
5.
And then, so it's going to be Scott Snyder and Nick Dragotta on the art.
I love Nick Dragotta.
I got a couple of these ash cans that I gave out to the Nates here. That is a preview of the art for it, and it looks just.
It fucking rocks.
Like I'm excited for it. It gives me Batman Year 100 vibes.
Yeah,
where it's,
his ears detached.
Dude, his ears are super long, and he can break them off and use them as like projectiles to throw at people.
It's so
It's fucking
it's-
awesome.
It's really cool to see a Batman with like literally bare minimum.
Yes.
Bare minimum, just using like kind of his wits and just what he has on hand
Yeah.
to like fight crime. Like
Because pretty much, if you don't know like the setup, all these Absolute books are going to be like stripping away everything these characters usually have. Normally, like Batman, this one he has no money, he has no Bat family.
yeah, he is working a construction job and some other like he's working like
Yeah.
He's
douche.
Punisher.
Yeah, he-
with no guns.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. And
Fuck Happy Batman.
He
I
has,
want
like-
this dude to be fucking trying to scrap together whatever he can to fucking survive.
When
Yeah.
is Batman ever happy?
He-
And
Well, I mean,
he's in this book. Alfred is still an MI6 agent,
yeah,
and,
which is
and
crazy.
he's like sent to Gotham and is like watching over Batman.
My funny thing is like the one thing that made me laugh, like they're listing down like things Alfred is and just big old bold words tired. I'm like I feel you, Alfred. I feel you. Like,
Yeah, it's very interesting. They have the only villains they've really confirmed are Black Mask.
Yep.
We know he's going to be in it, but other than that, we don't really know a whole lot. And it looks like he has a big hammer.
Yeah, so
that
hopefully,
he's using.
hopefully it's just gonna be like for a while street level crime.
Yeah.
Nothing too crazy, nothing too insane. Like then we lead up to like that insanity.
Exactly, yeah. So that's going to be a really great book. So we're going to move next to talking about.
It's what if 10 was Batman?
Oh,
yeah.
God.
What if 10 was a Batman villain?
Oh,
So pretty much, this book is called Batman Full Moon, also releasing on my birthday. Written by Rodney Barnes and drawn by Steven Sobick. Rodney Barnes did Philadelphia. He wrote the new recent Blackula book. He's written shows, right?
Yeah,
Showtime. What was the one? Showtime.
Yeah, that was my shit.
He's written a bunch of stuff, and Steven Sobick I think this is gonna be his second, like his first ever American book. He's Italian. Was Riddler Year One, and then he did a couple issues in the Penguin Tom King run. But this is, I think, his second book that he's doing all the art for, and it's pretty much Batman hunting down an ancient supernatural werewolf through the streets of Gotham.
That's cool as hell. Like, we don't get a lot of werewolf content.
Yes.
Like, it's always like, you got vampires, and it's just like, I don't know, going to the side rants, like, I don't get why people want to be vampires. There's so many weaknesses. Like, did you know, like, I completely forgot about this, but a way to deter vampires and get them distracted, just get a bag of rice, throw the contents out, and they have OCD that compels
They have
them
to pick up all of them, right?
individually, grain by grain. And I'm like, that just sounds like an awful existence. You just go to, like, you know, you break into well, first you have to be invited in to, like, a house. Like, you get invited into a Filipino house. They got the super bag of rice, man.
Yeah.
You just...
Imagine that'd be like a short film where it's like a dude, like a vampire, it goes into somebody's house and it's invited in, but it's just so fucking dirty that he's like, fuck.
Yeah.
And before he eats it, he's like cleaning up the whole house and
just-
everything.
Yeah, that would be a great comedy series
It
of
would.
just, like...
He ends up just being a roommate.
Yeah, it just ends up being a roommate and just highlighting the weaknesses that people forget that old school vampires have.
Oh my
Just
God.
odd.
But
Like, also stuff like, apparently they can't go into crossroads.
I'm hearing yes.
Yeah.
Because somebody needs to take advantage of these.
Yeah, it's like, it's an awful existence. It's an awful existence. Werewolf, you know, you can live your normal life. You're weak to silver bullets, but who isn't? Who
Exactly.
isn't?
But alrighty, and then next book we're going to be talking about is Batman and Robin Year One, which we talked a little. Nate's back there.
Yep.
Is very excited for this book. It's Mark Waid and Chris Samney.
The goats.
The Goats. They're going to be working together, and it's going to be about a young Dick Grayson and Bruce working together in, like, the formative years of Dick's career.
Very
And
akin to Robin and Batman
Yes,
by
yeah.
Jeff Lemire and Dustin DeWitt.
probably a
but
little less sad.
a little less sad and more issues.
Exactly, and it's gonna be. It just looks so. The art is fucking
Yeah.
beautiful, and it looks like Two-Face is gonna be involved in the first issue, from what I was reading.
Okay,
Which
nice.
is cool.
nice,
Two-Face
yeah.
and Dick kind of go together. I
Yeah,
feel like.
very much so.
Because
Very,
in the
very-
comics, he's responsible for his parents' death, right? Or is that in one of the
That's in
other
the movie.
Adam?
Yeah,
that's
in the movie. That's in the
Yeah.
movie. But
Okay.
I know.
Yeah, that
some-
was in Batman Forever.
I mean,
The rest of metal Batman.
yeah, this was actually again
Very
recent. I mean,
grounded.
he was
Rest in all.
part of the Two-Face story where, you know, Two-Face gets scarred again in, like, the
Oh.
and that's when he
Okay.
like, you know, it struggled, you know, Two-Face is like, maybe I'm always destined to be a criminal.
Was that when he becomes like the judge or some
No,
shit?
no.
What
So-
universe did he become
so
the
there-
judge?
I think it was like mainline, but yeah,
Okay.
no, the story I'm thinking of, it's like, you know, Golden Age, you know, they basically fix like Harvey Dent's face.
Okay.
And then
Oh!
and then
I
like,
know.
you know, they kick it off.
Yeah.
And then like stuff happens, he gets scarred again.
Didn't they do that in the animated series too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, so good. But heck yeah. So that's exciting. Batman and Robin, guys.
Superman.
Next two we're gonna be going through pretty relative. No. Next we're going through kind of quick because this is just kind of we talked about Batman earlier. A new jumping on point for Superman. So if you're wanting to hop on that, this would be your time. Starting on issue 19.
Yep.
That's the beginning of the all-in stuff, and it's Williamson still on it. He's been doing a really great job. I feel like the story itself, the arcs have been solid, but like the story's been fine. But like more than anything, he really I think captures the spirit of Superman, and it really feels like Superman. Parts of the story that maybe I wish were a little stronger, but when you're working under an editorial like that and you have so many crossovers coming up that you have to plan out,
Yeah.
I'm assuming writing kind of the contained stories don't take that much of a priority, which is understandable. But they were still very good. I was really enjoying them. But so if you like Superman, definitely hop on it. And then Mora is going to be doing the art starting at issue 19. So come on now. And it looks like they're bringing back Lois as Superwoman.
Okay, interesting.
They're going to be doing
interesting.
that where she has superpowers. So that's cool.
Makes sense. Yeah, makes sense.
And so yeah, the next we're going to be talking about the next
Absolute wife. I mean, absolute Wonder
Absolute
Woman.
Wonder Woman.
Oh god.
The next book, Absolute Power book releasing.
So I'm excited for this one. I was reading
Yes.
up on it, so it sounds like they wanted it to be more of an adventure series. So I am
yeah.
getting flashbacks to like New 52 Wonder Woman's,
Yeah.
where it was a modern Greek like story with like action. I'm honestly crushing on this design.
It
we
looks
got
so good.
We got a buff Wonder Woman.
The tattoos.
The tattoos. I want her to princess carry me to, like in our wedding, like down the aisles. Like, absolute like.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
It looks
so cool. Like amazing design. I'm crushing hard.
Metal horse.
Yeah, metal
Yeah.
horse. Like it's she's like metal as fuck. Metal horse raised like in like raised in Tartarus. Like she got that Dragon Slayer berserk sword. Like
it's huge.
yeah, she, like her armor got that fur trim. Like
Yeah.
crushing so hard, man.
It looks so good.
It has
We
like
get it.
listen. All that's missing is. She's not a redhead. But like
That would be the completion.
that would be-
Then she would just be Artemis.
yeah, would be Artemis. Okay, I'm gonna have to post that group chat. But there was like a fan comic, so people posting like, oh, like different Robins and their girlfriends, and like they were each like dropping off. You get like a panel. Jason just gets crashed in. He gets chucked by Artemis, and they
Yeah.
just
Well, I want to know,
Who wouldn't want to get chucked by Artemis?
is this Wonder Woman not good?
that's a
She's
good.
raised in
She's
hell.
raising hell.
Yeah, so is this gonna be like a God of War situation where she has to like bring in the souls of the damned?
That would be interesting.
That'd be interesting. So yeah,
Yeah, because she doesn't have any of the Amazons or anything. She's by herself. She like
Probably don't care about man.
yeah, like Funky said earlier,
Yeah.
she has a giant flaming metal like skeleton horse.
yeah,
which
scores,
is-
scores for short.
And
Yeah.
so like and the art is just it's
Yeah, it looks metal as fuck.
Yeah,
like
It looks
it's
scary.
yeah, and that book is gonna be releasing on October 23rd. And then after that, we're in the home stretch. We got our last 3 books here,
More
releasing
scary.
also
Yeah,
on October 23rd. I think the next 2 are kind of spooky-ish. We got the DC Horror Presents, which is gonna be it's oh, I'm gonna burp 1 second. Here we go.
Oh no! Story written by David.
That's Melchin. He's back.
that's
Well,
motion.
he's writing one of the story. He has so the DC Horror Presents is going to be an anthology of a bunch of different horror series, all EC Comics,
Yep.
Creep Show, and it's going to be David Desmalchin is writing some of the stories in it, and then they're getting a bunch of other artists and writers to hop on it, and it's just going to be a fun horror anthology for kind of like we talked about for Marvel earlier, but it's going to be ongoing.
I hope we get a horror story about Polka Dot Man. And
Oh my God, yeah,
That'd be great. Maybe he'll write that.
hilarious.
And that one, it's also like Wonder Woman going to be releasing on the 23rd. So keep your calendars marked for that one. Next one is also kind of spooky. It's going to be a Black Label book. It's Green Lantern Dark, also releasing October 23rd.
That looks interesting.
Yes,
I mean,
it's-
as soon as I read Deladera's
Yes,
on
and
it,
it's Deladera is doing the art, and Tate Brombaugh, which I'm not 100% familiar with their stuff, but it looks it's like a post-apocalyptic Green Lantern story where the world is ruled by like monsters and like weird zombie creatures. And like this Green Lantern comes and is like protecting people. And from the art, like it feels like mixing post-apocalyptic but with fantasy. Because the Green Lantern has like a big cape and like a staff and feels more like a wizard.
Oh yeah, no,
Or
like
a magical user than she
very
does a Green
almost
Lantern.
very druid looking.
Yes,
you got
yeah.
that green. You got that billowing cloak.
Like she looks like somebody. Like I would have. Like if I saw this design, I would have probably assumed that it's something from like Dark Knights of Steel. Like that's
yeah,
the
no.
vibe.
So that was kind of the thing. I thought that was straight up a tie into Dark Knights of
yes,
Steel
yeah.
because it was very druidic, very medieval looking, like dark fantasy esque.
Yeah, it looks-
It was
It's just
so
kind
cool.
of tied into the original origins where, Lantern was magic, not a space cop.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I hope they. Well, they did in the Alan
Is
Scott
this
one.
one weakness wood too?
Would
Yeah.
that'd be interesting. That'd be very interesting. But yeah, so if you like the dark fantasy feeling, if you like
Oh,
Green
no, a
Lantern,
tree.
we can yellow no. If you like that stuff, definitely check out Green Lantern Dark, releasing October 23rd. And then our last book here, the last absolute book releasing this year. There is going to be another absolute book releasing beginning of next year.
Just talk about that.
We'll talk about that after
Yeah,
Superman.
we got the scoop.
Yeah, we'll add that a little bonus afterwards. But so Absolute Superman #1, just like the rest, it's gonna be kind of stripping away everything we know from the character. It's gonna be releasing November 6th. It's Jason Aaron and Rafa Sandoval who just did the
Bunch
House
of
of
rad stuff.
he did the House of Brainiac
Yeah.
arc. I'm pretty sure over those issues, which was the art in that is fantastic, and it's pretty much he has no fortress, no fortress solitude, no home, no family. He's like by himself, and he has like long ear kind of hair. He has like gauntlets on that like are glowing with like energy. It's a very
I bet you this Superman's gonna be a dick.
he looks like, and then his whole thing is like growing up with nothing and growing up more isolated.
Yeah, so
like, his whole
it's
thing is, will he still stand for the things he does?
yeah, so it's an interesting like nature versus nurture.
Exactly.
So yeah,
And
I
and
wonder if he's gonna have more of a like a what's bad Shazam?
oh
Adam.
Yeah,
Yeah, Black
feel
Adam,
more like
yeah.
Black Adam.
might be interesting.
There you
More
go.
like,
Where he's
like a
like-
protector, but more like violent.
Mhm.
That would be interesting.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
all I know too is they showed us the cover for issue 2
Mhm.
at the con, which I don't know if it's been released online yet.
No.
It's Superman surrounded by a bunch of peacemakers.
huh?
Like it looks like
Interesting.
a squad of peacemakers. So it's like maybe in this universe, Peacemaker is like a team. Yeah, they're like
Yeah.
cops
Mhm.
or something like that. And that's kind of all the.
They
And Jason,
they Judge
Yeah.
Dredd him.
yeah,
Oh my God.
Jason Aaron was like very. Like he wasn't saying a lot at the panel. Like the other artists were saying definitely more. He was like, you gotta read a book.
Yeah.
You gotta read it.
That's so real.
Oh my God,
And
yeah.
but yeah.
telling you shit.
So that's kind of the end of the books that we have here. At the panel, the Absolute Power panel, they also revealed another Absolute book they're doing. They didn't reveal the artist. They revealed that Jeff Lemire is writing an Absolute Flash book.
Yep.
I believe they said releasing in like January or February, which is I'm assuming going to be a part of.
So it
Yeah.
is a thing that it's gonna be hard because it's like, are they gonna change it because it's like, oh, they're missing one thing? So is Barry's mom gonna be alive? Is he gonna have like?
Maybe.
Is he missing the Reverse Flash?
Or what if Reverse Flash killed like both of his parents
Oh
or
my
something?
God! Yeah,
But,
he's missing his dad along with his
Dude. But
Oh.
and the cover made it look like it's like a kid Barry or a younger kid like being like
I have a feeling that it's gonna be a similar vibe to like Ultimate X-Men.
Okay,
that's what I
yeah.
think. Yeah, it was him being almost like attacked or like berated by some like electrical being or something. So
Yeah,
but
Door's 30.
but yeah, guys, that it's actually kind of perfect timing. The store, people are starting to come into the store. We got a very active comic book store
Yep.
here. Be sure to come by if you guys are ever in the Fullerton area. Comic book
Absolutely.
hideout. But
We won't
yeah.
bite.
Yeah.
I assume we're
We won't
friendly.
Yeah, we'll be
Yeah.
mainly friendly if you're
Yeah.
friendly.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for that's the end of the episode. Any other final notes we want to mention? Anything else we want to talk about before we close out? Or is I think we're
I think we're
Alrighty,
yeah,
y'all.
yeah, we're
well,
good.
Well, that's another
Yeah,
episode
like-
in the books.
We stand Wife Wonder Woman.
Wife Wonder Woman.
Wife Wonder Woman.
Let's go.
Let's go.
No
But,
more Spider-Man.
Yeah, no more Spider-Man. God. Oh, crab dance. Put up no
Yeah.
more Spider-Man.
Hopefully this will because we recorded this one pretty soon after the last one, so hopefully we'll start putting these out a little more
Yep.
consistently, a little less like maybe we'll try to maybe do like 2 a month. I don't know.
At least,
5,
yeah,
a
possibly,
little more.
yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you guys for listening to this whole thing. If you did, that's crazy. But yeah, thank you guys so much. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day.
Awesome.
Bye. Have a
All
good
right.
time.
Bye, everybody. Bye. Pre-order Power Hour, the Comic Book Hideout podcast, is hosted by Ramon Casada, Nate Basil, Nathan Smith, and Mark Garcia. It is produced by Glennis Speak and Bryce Rankins. This episode was edited by Ramon Casada. Logo designed by Nate Basil. Find us on Instagram at Comic Book Hideout. The opinions voiced by the host of this podcast do not necessarily reflect that of Comic Book Hideout Incorporated. Copyright 2024. All rights reserved.